Hey guys, welcome back. I couldn't agree with you less with.
Welcome to the most casual fantasy podcast out there.
It's uber casual.
I'm with Jason, Simon, and the superior fantasy player at the table.
The one that got beat in the championship.
The one
me,
that
actually.
has been in the championship 3 years in a row.
But won once.
At least I'm
so you're
consistent.
33%,
Okay.
which is bad.
Better than you.
No, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, cut the podcast.
Yeah.
At least you guys have been to the championship. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, no. Simon can't win a playoff game to save his life.
In that specific league, I can't. But this is the year because this will be my year because of my wide receiver rankings.
A transition.
Transition. That was such a clean transition. This episode is dedicated to our cumulative and individual wide receiver rankings. So what we've done,
PPR,
yeah. I hope that's. What we all
yeah,
did.
of course.
Okay.
There's no other way
Yeah.
to play fantasy football than
We've taken up.
my God.
Jason just said huge volume.
Might have hurt.
Can I see the computer?
Are we okay?
I think we're ready.
I think we're ready.
So are we going through cumulative first, or what?
We are going through our cumulative, and then we'll each talk about where we have our
let's do
own
that.
players. So first for all of us, at 1 is DeAndre Hopkins.
First for all of us?
First for our
Okay,
cumulative.
cumulative.
For Andrew and I, he's our number 1, but for Jason, he's 2.
Yes, I have Devontae Adams first.
And just for a little spoiler, Devontae is Andrew and I's number 2. So let's just talk about the two of them
Let's do
in
that.
their own little tier.
Let's do that.
What are your guys' thoughts on the...
They're the most consistent by far. They have very good quarterbacks. They're by far the number 1 option. Yeah, I just like Devontae Adams. I know this is always said, but Aaron Rodgers wants to shovel him the ball this year. I know that. He got a touchdown almost every week last year. He's insane.
He didn't get less than like 16
yeah.
fantasy points.
Yeah,
per game.
he's insane.
I mean, like,
consistent.
if I had to choose between these two guys, I'm just choosing on more big play potential. I think I
Big
get
play.
that with Hop.
I just
but
feel like he has
that-
more
Either
big
way,
games.
you can make an argument for either one.
Yeah, DeAndre
Like,
Hopkins I think has more big games, but Devontae Adams will get you at least 16 a game.
And here's a surprising thing I learned. Devontae Adams didn't have any touchdowns from 40 yards out this year,
I don't know.
which is... he has shoveled the ball in the red zone.
Yeah.
So-
They don't really have a great running back situation, which we'll get to later.
And the Packers have a better running back situation than the Texans. Yeah, that's right.
So,
Debatable. Actually, that's not debatable. I think the Texans have a better running.
Oh my God.
Just running, because I'm incorporating Deshaun Watson in this too.
uh-huh.
Running, I like the Texans better. Because they have Lamar Miller, Deshaun Watson, what's that guy? Donta Foreman or something? Donta Foreman. Alfred Blues.
As a
once
unit.
in a while.
I do think
I think
Aaron
Alfred
Jones is better
Blue
than...
left.
Okay, yeah. Well, he wasn't a factor. I don't know what I said there. But yeah, I think the Texans have a better run situation, which is why Devontae Adams is going to get shoveled.
So, I think one of the reasons that people like these two so much is because they seem like you can count on them for 10-plus touchdowns.
Easily.
Easily. And now Devontae Adams gives you the receptions and yardage upside too, which is, I mean, they're neck and neck for me, so I don't blame anyone at all for having
Me neither.
Adams at 1. They are,
Both amazing.
so we can, let's just agree that they're both great and move on to our number 3, which is Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I agree. I have him at 3.
I've got him at 4.
I have him at 4 and I have Julio at 3.
I have the same as Andrew, but
Wait, you have Julio at 3?
Yeah, we both do.
How did Julio not get 3rd? Oh, because I have him super low.
yeah, someone brought his overall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think Julio is a proven number 1 in that offense, and then we still
So
haven't
are we
seen
talking
Odell.
about Julio and Odell?
No, we're talking about Odell because he's our number
Okay.
3. Andrew.
I mean, I was just making my
Okay, yeah,
argument
that's
for
fair.
Julio
And-
over Odell.
we can
That's
make, yeah. Let's talk about
I feel like
positives
people
of Odell.
forget how good Odell was because it's been almost 2 years since he's been at his full form, injury free. he's never had a good quarterback. He's never had a quarterback this good, except maybe several years. But that's very debatable. Very debatable. When Odell was at his peak, which he is right now, probably he was the number 2 pick in most drafts.
No,
which is why I feel like people forget.
I took him number 2 overall 3 years ago.
He was a consensus number 2 a couple years ago. And he hasn't gotten any worse. He's gotten a better quarterback situation.
He's 26, entering his prime. The only argument against him, I think, here are the arguments. I'll lay them out. You guys tell me what you think about them. First argument against Odell Beckham is his injury history.
Yeah, the injury. But I'm not.
Does that scare you guys at all?
No.
No, I'm not worried about the injury history.
Not really.
I agree with that. They seem like fluke injuries to me. Next would be he has to establish a rapport with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. I don't think that's a huge.
I agree
I'm
with
not
that
worried about
because
that.
he was not there right away, right when he got traded. He hasn't spent as much time as other players have spent with Baker. But I do think that relationship is going to build fast, so I don't think it's a huge factor.
It's a pretty new offense in general, though.
It's a little. I mean, that only makes it worse.
I know, but if you're saying
in the new system,
he's pretty new to Baker, then like no one's super.
I mean, they have to get their timing down.
I don't think that's a huge deal though. Like I really don't think that's that big of a deal.
See, I'm saying that's not a huge factor, but it's just a little thing that they're going to have to work on together.
Very minor, but
like when I'm comparing Odell and Julio, the minor differences are going to make it.
Not for me. I think Odell's marginally better than Julio. But we'll get to that later.
What about Cleveland being very crowded in terms of talent?
I'm not too worried about it. It's like kind of a Pittsburgh situation. You have the talent that Pittsburgh had a couple years and everyone produced. Which is part of the reason I have Jarvis Landry in my top 20. I like him a lot, and he can play kind of a Juju kind of role. Not as much, obviously, but
yeah.
And especially
don't sleep on David Njoku.
I don't think anyone is.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten to that yet, but yeah, I don't know.
So next is Julio. Andrew, why do you have Julio above Odell?
At the second half of the season, we saw the touchdowns hit for Julio.
That's my problem.
He was a monster. Like, I don't think there's changing. I don't think that's changing. They didn't add offensive pieces.
Except for linemen.
I don't trust him. See, that's my thing. I think.
What do you mean?
I don't trust the touchdown rate he was getting. Like, I don't think that's going to be sustainable next season. Like, it's okay. It's obviously sustainable, but I don't think that's going to last. Like, we've never seen him get this much touchdowns in like the last 3 years, and all of a sudden he just starts getting them.
But
especially with Calvin Ridley getting all these.
At the same time, Calvin Ridley did not do as much as you think.
He did. He did it pretty decent. He did enough to be ranked like top 25 in most people's.
No.
And if you look at it, yeah, when I was looking through it, he was pretty high. And if you look at his stats from last year, he did pretty well for himself. He got at least like 6 or 7 touchdowns.
He did.
Simon's looking at stats right now.
I'm looking at. So Julio, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, in the last 5 years, his worst yardage season is 1,409. So he's a lock for 1,400 yards.
Yardage is, well, I wouldn't say a lock for 1,400 yards.
I would consider him a lock if he's done it 5 years in a row.
I think Calvin Ridley's getting more talent on that. I would say he's probably gonna, but I'd say a lock's more like 1,100 or so.
Even with Calvin Ridley doing what he did last year, Julio still almost got 1,700.
Yeah, but I just don't trust. The yards isn't my issue. It's more the touchdowns. It's my issue. I don't trust that he's going to keep getting these money. And also, he's more of an injury risk than Odell for me. So.
Moving on to our number 5 player, Michael. I don't know his middle name. Thomas.
MT.
He is my number 6, and your guys' is.
He is my number 5, and he is Jason's number
4. I really like Michael Thomas.
Jason sent me on Michael Thomas.
I might have Antonio Brown a little higher, but I feel like part of you for Michael Thomas is just being salty that he choked in the playoffs last year for you. But he has a very established quarterback. He's been with him for the last couple years. he's always like, he's going to be a top 7 or 8 wide receiver. That's like a lock, which you can't say about some of these other
And he's
guys.
catching so many passes.
Injury, really not a problem with him. He's the number 1 target by far. It's a running game a little bit still, but just like the consistency that he's put up the numbers the last couple of years, there's no reason that I wouldn't have him.
What I would like to talk about here in a second. Sorry, 1 second. I've got to. Andrew, while I pull this up, do you want to talk about why you like Michael Thomas?
For the same reasons. And he led the league in receptions last season.
Yeah.
Which is huge, especially in a PPR. And so he's getting all the targets and the catches he needs
He's getting
to
all
be
the
successful.
targets on that
Everything.
If there's a wide receiver catching a ball, it's Michael Thomas.
Most of the time. And I don't think Traquan Smith is quite ready to break out
So
and hurt the target share. Simon.
Here it is for me. I don't think Michael Thomas is as consistent as people give him credit for. Let me preface this with, I still really like Michael Thomas, and I'd be psyched with him as my wide receiver 1, and I've got him number 6. But I would take Juju over him.
I would not. I wouldn't hesitate to take him over.
Let me read you a tweet by my boy Nick Ercolano. Michael Thomas in 2018, weeks 1 through 3, he had 2 100-yard reception games, 2 double-digit target games, 3 double-digit target games, 3 double-digit receptions, and 3 games over 17.5 half-point PPR.
But what did he end up that year in fantasy points? Because I'm guessing it was top 5 or so.
6.
6, yeah.
But in weeks 4 through 17, all of the numbers were the same. He got 200-yard receiving games, week 4 through 17. He got 3 games with 17.5 or more half PPR points. And the same go with double-digit targets, double-digit receptions.
This was last year?
So, yeah, this was... Yeah. The drop happened right when Mark Ingram came back from suspension. So I feel like...
Mark Ingram is gone.
But they brought in Latavius Murray.
Latavius Murray is not even
very
close
talented.
to the talent of Mark Ingram.
I'm on that. I don't think he's even close.
That's why
I think he's been getting good opportunities.
That's why I'm so much higher on Alvin Kamara than I was last year.
He had a 1,200-yard receiving season. I mean,
that was a while ago though on the Raiders. I'm pretty sure he's like a kind of veteran. Like he's more the guy they're gonna bring in. Like
here's what I also think. So Juju, this is me arguing for Juju.
I haven't argued against Juju, but I'll say that.
Okay. Ben Roethlisberger threw 186 more times than Drew Brees in 2018. I feel like the Pittsburgh offense is so much more pass-oriented than the Saints that it can support a higher level of fantasy production.
See, I believe the Steelers, to cope with Antonio Brown, are going to start being way more run-heavy, and that's why I have James Conner so high, even though he's going to split carries.
They passed the most out of any team last year. So why would they just drop to the bottom all of a sudden?
Well, I think part of that's Antonio Brown's
leaving.
gone. I think that's
and,
one of the
and
big
now they're
things
more
that's gonna
comfortable with James
incorporate
Conner.
that. I think they're going to throw a lot less
Yeah.
knowing that James Conner is this good and it can be sustained.
Exactly.
And also, with Antonio Brown gone, they're going to throw less times.
And they also drafted Benny Snell Jr. If you look at their picks.
Okay, we're not talking about Snell.
No, wait. I'm just saying they're adding more depth to show that they're going to.
No.
I'm not going to incorporate Benny Snell.
So, here's what scares me about Michael Thomas. So his catch percentage last year was record-setting. He had 85% reception percentage, which is the most ever.
Yes.
The second highest ever is 77. So he beat that by, quick math, 8%. And in my opinion, that's not repeatable to have the highest reception. Right?
Yeah. I mean, he had a better season than last year when he had a lower percentage, though.
But he didn't get the targets.
Wait, what?
I think, wait. Wait.
I don't know
So
any of the stats.
Here's what my point is. So Michael Thomas had by far the highest catch percentage of all time last year, and he also had 125 receptions, which is good for 5th all time. He did all of that and was only the wide receiver 6.
But I think we can see with other players that catch percentage doesn't translate to fantasy output. It's more the volume that has to do with it. And
But
other
Juju
stuff
is
among
getting
that.
20 more targets a year than Michael Thomas.
What is that? I don't know if it's going to sustain that because I think the Saints are going to be more like. Obviously, last year the Steelers were a lot more pass heavy, but that was because they had like Antonio Brown, and losing him is going to be a lot less passing, and knowing that you have that is going to be a lot more running.
It's going to be a lot less passing, but they still are a very
They're
gonna
still
throw a
a
lot.
pass
And
team.
who are the targets going to go to?
I mean,
swear
I think
to God,
Andrew
if you
knows
say
this
Vance
more.
McDonald. It's
Dante Moncrief.
God.
Dante Moncrief's on the Steelers?
Yeah.
Oh. So here's my issue with Juju.
Right.
There's some... I think that knowing Michael Thomas can be the number one option. Michael Thomas' situation isn't changing. Like, you know what you're getting with him. You know you're getting this probably top 5 or 6 player. But Juju, his situation's changing, so it has that ceiling to be like maybe a top 3 season, but you don't know that how he can translate to the number 1 wide receiver if the double coverage is going to throw him off.
Because Antonio Brown is always double covered.
He's
Like,
not though.
most of the time. That's true.
Let me bring
Teams
up my
double
boy.
cover.
Let me
Or
bring up my
if
boy
they don't
Baker
double
Milano
cover,
again.
their best quarterback
8% of
is
the
on
time.
Antonio Brown.
At most, NFL defenses double cover 8% of the time.
But I think we can agree that the number 1
Patrick
option is going to be
Peterson.
heavily... Like, without stats, I think we can all agree that the number 1 option is going to be much more heavily covered.
Heavily
and
game
Juju's
planned
gonna be,
for.
Not even with coverage, but just with that extra person there. Not even, like, covered, but, like, pressure from, like, a safety or something. I feel like just...
Juju had games without Antonio Brown last year, and he
One.
performed 3 in his career.
Yeah, one last year.
Right.
He didn't have that great of a game. He had like 50 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. Which is fine.
See, I
That's
just-
not
yeah, I
that's
don't-
not
yeah.
the 100-yard games, and it was against the Cincinnati Bengals, a really really bad defense.
Yeah, true. I like knowing that my guy is comfortable being the number 1 option, and I know what I'm getting. With Juju, I really don't know what I'm getting. He might have peaked. I'm gonna hold on to this. He might have peaked last season. I'm holding
he did
strong
not
to
peak
that.
last
I'm holding
season.
strong to that.
I'm saying
I'm saying
he
there's
might
a
need a
chance.
year.
There's a very strong.
I think his numbers are going to drop.
So you are agreeing with me?
No, okay.
I'm not talking about
to an
physical.
extent.
I'm talking about statistically in fantasy football. There's a solid chance he peaked last season. I'm not saying that. I'm
fantasy
just
football?
throwing that out there. That's a.
I have
strong-
Juju at 7
Yeah, I think I'm at 8 or something.
because I have Michael Thomas and Mike Evans over Juju.
Oh,
Because
Mike Evans.
I like Michael. I just
I like
love
that.
Mike
Andrew. I might
Evans
change mine too.
in that Tampa Bay system over
Andrew's
Juju.
giving me some confidence.
But
Here's
and then behind Juju, I have Keenan Allen, who I feel like is going to lose workload to Mike Williams, and players like I do have Antonio Brown underneath.
Okay,
Juju.
we'll get to Antonio Brown because I'm strong.
Antonio Brown is actually our next player.
Oh really?
Oh, sweet. Oh,
Where'd you have him?
7.
Really?
I had him at 9.
How'd he get next? I had him at 5. Wow.
Someone hates Mike Evans.
What?
Oh,
Is
wait,
it me?
oh, wait, Mike-
Do I hate Mike
Yeah.
Evans? I love Mike Evans.
I have Evans at 6.
I
do
have
you-
Mike Evans at 8.
I haven't. Oh, I might have to move him with Juju. I don't want to be the Mike Evans hater because I've always loved Mike Evans.
You have T.Y.
T.Y. Hilton,
And
I do
Juju
like over Mike Evans
over
this
Mike.
year. I
Really?
I'm big on T.Y.
T.Y. is...
Did you see
We'll
that
get
they
to that.
drafted 2
We'll
wide
get to
receivers
that.
in that?
I'm not that worried. I'm not concerned.
Are you worried about Julian Edelman? Apparently not.
Yeah, we'll get to Julian Edelman. I have some
The
strong
Patriots are
thoughts on Julian
different,
Edelman.
okay?
I have some very strong thoughts on Julian Edelman.
I'm gonna roast
But,
you guys on Julian.
Let me say one final thing about Juju.
Okay.
I feel so strongly that he can be a top 5 receiver that I'm willing to bet someone.
I'll bet you he's out of the top 5.
Oh, how much?
Let's just blame.
$40? What?
No.
$40? Oh my god.
Are you just gonna like beep out whatever
Oh my
you
god,
said?
Simon! Imagine we did a player bet for in our
I
dynasties.
think it's funny of the thought of Andrew rooting against Juju when he's playing. You're like, no, Juju, don't get that touchdown.
I think Juju also has a lot more touchdown upside than people get because he was targeted heavily in the red zone.
Oh,
last
he's
year.
big.
But well, that's not what I'm saying.
Juju's
Mike Evans is big, but he's not a red zone threat.
I mean, the Steelers actually know how to. Well, Mike Evans will be a red zone threat
I'm not saying he can't be,
with Bruce Arians.
but Juju didn't convert a lot of his goal line things, targets into touchdowns, and he still got 7. So I see it reasonable, okay, that Juju gets, let's see, last year he had 111 receptions, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. I think 120 receptions, 1,500 yards, and 11 touchdowns.
Isn't
Is
that pretty
reasonable.
close to what he got last year, though?
It's 4 more touchdowns,
4
100 more
touchdowns.
yards, and 9 more
100. I
touchdowns.
thought he had like 1,600 yards last year.
He had 1,426.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 120 receptions is reasonable. For
I'll take the under.
Yeah, I will too.
I'll take over.
Oh, really?
All right.
That's surprising.
All right. I
don't
have
know.
such a good.
I have a
feeling.
very strong Michael
Wait.
Thomas over Juju vibe.
Here's
Maybe that should be.
here's why. I feel like there's a 70% chance that the
Where are you getting
Steelers
Where's this 70%
have
from?
a worse record than the Ravens and the Browns this year. As a Steelers fan, I'm worried.
Interesting.
Doesn't that mean that they're going to need to pass more because they're down?
no, that means
Very
that they're not going to be
interesting.
successful at all.
No.
Um,
You think they're going like 2
Andrew's
and 14?
morals have just gone out the window
Well-
this episode.
Antonio Brown leaving could have such an off-putting impact that I don't think
I think it has a
necessarily
good
they're
impact.
ready for.
Him out of there to me seems like a good
The
thing.
best
I'm not-
wide
I'm
receiver,
not a concerned
Devontae
about
Adams, leaves the Packers. Do you,
You
still
can't
think
even-
the
that's
Packers?
a different
You
thing.
can't
That
even-
is a
No,
different-
that's
No,
that's
a
just
different
so
thing.
similar.
It's not. They don't
You
have a
can't-
Juju on.
You
their team.
cannot even begin to compare Devontae
They have
Adams'
Geronimo Allison.
personality and locker presence to Antonio. You said, I have a text from you saying, I want to burn my AB jersey.
Yeah.
Because he's such of a pain. He's such
No.
a pain in the
Yeah,
locker room.
he's the best wide receiver in football.
That doesn't mean he's good for the team chemistry.
He's the best wide. At
I
that
think his
point,
talent overrides chemistry.
Exactly.
To an extent, for how good that team is, I think it overrides chemistry.
But
an extent.
I think the chemistry is going to be
as a
dramatically
Steelers
improved.
fan, I'm worried. Like the only thing I see
I don't
really
think,
going for the
okay, Andrew,
Steelers
just because
is
you're a
them
Steelers
actually
fan.
being able to have a defense.
Your established
Devin
credibility
Bush.
has some holes in it.
Does
I'm
it?
sorry. Just saying a Steelers fan does not make you more credible.
Some
I am a
nervous.
Steelers fan.
Coming from a Steelers fan.
Okay. All right.
I pour my heart out and my fears to you guys. And you just make fun of me.
I'm on your side with Juju, Andrew. I'm 100%.
I am willing to make a bet with both of you.
I'll go MT over Juju.
I will also make this bet.
Jason, you win.
How much?
Here's how confident I am. I will pay each of you $5.
So $10.
Simon's
But-
down $10.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
How about this? I will pay each of you $20.
Oh my god.
And if I lose, you each only have to pay me 10.
Oh, I'll
Done.
take that. I'll take that,
Done.
Simon. I'll take that. I will take that.
All right.
I will very take
That could be the dumbest thing
I
I've
will
ever done.
super
but
take
That is the dumbest thing you've ever done.
I'm
Fact.
very confident.
So we're doing this?
because I'll write down my notes. My notes along with Kerryon Johnson, top 12 running backs.
It's a done deal.
All right.
Where did I put Kerryon Johnson?
Andrew doesn't have him top 12.
Oh, 10. Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
I was like, I'm just going to make sure.
We'll cross
really
that
quick.
bridge, Andrew.
We'll get there.
I am beyond. I feel like Juju could end up as a wide receiver 1, really.
Oh, well, I mean,
Well,
I'm not
no,
arguing with
gonna
that.
be
I
a
think
wide
he's going to be a wide
receiver
receiver 1, too.
But I like lower it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying
get that.
the.
Oh, the
Oh my
wide receiver.
God.
I think there's...
Simon, you're insane. God. It's the first Stephon Diggs, now this.
The mad
No, this is so
fantasy.
much more justified. At least Juju's made a Pro Bowl.
Is it?
Yes. Juju made a Pro Bowl.
You had the same gooey eyes for Stephon Diggs.
I think we just found our slogan.
Simon's gooey eyes. Simon just picks a player that he loves and he lives and
We should
dies
we
for
should
that
have
player.
a injury thing for this. What's our injury liability thing?
Let's see. Well, neither of them are really injury prone.
I agree with that, but if one of them does get injured, it would just
If one of
screw
them
the
misses
bet.
like more than 2 games.
more than 2 games, it's void.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. Because 2 games, more than a game. Because 2 games can make a huge difference. Or if it's more than 2 games.
If it's more than 2 games, 2 games should be the line. Like if they're missing.
I don't know. That seems like it really gives one player more of an advantage.
You think?
Wait, so what are we doing for it?
I'd say more than 1 game.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
If either of them?
Either of them miss more than 1 game.
More than 1 game, more than the other person, right?
No.
Like if one person plays 13, the other plays
12.
more than 1 game, right? More than 1 game. Okay.
So, yeah.
I like it.
Both players must play 1 game within the others. I worded that weirdly, but I hope
Put my
that doesn't.
life on the line, and Juju's gonna come through for me.
All right, who's next? Oh,
4 and
Antonio
12.
Brown.
Antonio.
Brown.
AB.
Antonio Brown.
My number 7.
My number 5. No, my
9.
number 6 strongly considered to be.
I have him at 9.
No, I might have him at 5. No, my
He's
number
at
5 strongly considered to be number 4.
So, what's the argument for Antonio Brown?
So why I like Antonio Brown? Derek Carr. I wanna first talk about Derek Carr because he's not bad at all. So not discounting last season, he made 3 straight Pro Bowls. So he's a good quarterback. We can agree on this. He's a good quarterback.
He has that in it.
Yes, he does have that.
When he has an offensive line.
Okay, yes. So Derek Carr has made 3 Pro Bowls before this year. Then, before that, Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree, when they were on the Raiders, both very, very valuable assets to the Coopers. They were both, Michael Crabtree was getting probably 10 touchdowns a year, 9 or 10. Amari Cooper is getting 1,000 receiving yards a year. So, what?
Cooper wasn't really.
He was getting
Very
1,000
good.
yards.
No, Cooper was not.
He was good. He was getting a ton of, he wasn't good, but he was getting a ton of yards. He probably got 2,000 yards over 2 seasons at one point.
I know. I don't think he had
He
1,000 yards.
Oh, he did have. I'm not 100%
Not
sure.
much over.
He at least had 1.
He definitely had 1,000 yard season.
He did last year. He had 1,100. So he had 2.
Yeah.
2
So-
yards. But 2017 he had 680.
Oh yeah, but that was like really early on. And Michael Crabtree. So both of them were fantasy assets. Mark Cooper is a little different, but so both of them were getting a lot of fantasy points. But I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but Antonio Brown can take 3 plays, and I know about double coverage and like the thing I was just arguing against Juju, but Antonio Brown's so talented that I don't even think that how big of a miss like a step down do you think Derek Carr is from Ben Roethlisberger? Because I really don't think it's
Huge.
Massive.
I don't
step
think it's
down.
that big though.
Well, I think
I
the
don't think
amount of
it's
targets
that
he's going to
big.
get is going to go way down.
Down?
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna go that down because who's his number 2 wide receiver?
Tyrell Williams.
But we have to keep in mind that this is John Gruden, Mr. Pound the Rock and establish the run
Who
game,
spends
Who's
a
the
first
running
round
back?
pick on Josh Jacobs out
Yeah.
of Alabama.
No.
who is only valuable in my eyes because he got drafted by the Raiders.
Exactly.
But if I'm John Gruden, I'm taking the best wide receiver in the league
And
over a rookie running back. I'm gonna
Sure.
pound the ball on him.
But I don't think he's
I'd put my
gonna-
trust into Antonio Brown over a first round.
If Derek Carr can stand up and long enough to
Okay.
throw the ball.
Well, are we gonna?
No,
Injuries
I'm
are
knocking on their
subjective.
offensive line. The Steelers
Okay.
have had the best offensive line
Yes, that
Oh,
is
it's
a
a
knock.
top
That
five
is a knock. I
for
know,
the
but
longest time.
if the
And
Raiders had
Antonio
an
Brown is
amazing-
used to this.
if Antonio Brown had an amazing offensive line, I would have him in like top 3 probably. I'm arguing for number 5.
I don't have a problem with him. Well, I do.
Okay.
Because of Juju,
Yes.
but
I have him at 9.
and I have him at 7.
I'm the lowest.
Why so low though, Andrew? He's the best wide receiver in the league.
Okay, look
He
at.
has a decent quarterback.
I like Mike Evans more. I like Juju more, and I like Keenan Allen.
So what's the
more.
argument? Okay, Keenan Allen, I cannot
Yeah.
get behind. I can absolutely not get behind because
can't
Keenan
get
Allen
behind
is a huge injury liability, and even when he does play, he doesn't produce nearly as much.
He just played a full season.
But he didn't produce all that much, as we kind of saw.
He also-
And before that, the 3 years before that, he had huge
But he
injury
didn't
problems.
play a full season. Remember when he screwed you by doing that hip
Yeah.
pointer
Oh,
thing
he
and
did.
got
Hey.
you 0?
He played. That was okay. He
Okay.
played the majority. Of
I
the season.
absolutely cannot see Keenan Allen over Antonio.
I like.
Brown.
I
Stubbs.
can't either.
I feel
I
like he's on the rise.
That's not
Wait.
enough for me, though, Andrew. That's not enough.
Wait,
Like,
who's
I-
on the rise?
I like the Chargers' offense.
Wait, who's on the rise?
Saying Keenan Allen's gonna rise back.
See,
up.
I can't
27-year-old
get
Keenan
behind
Allen's
this.
on the
I can't
rise?
get behind this, Andrew.
He's in his prime.
So let me get this straight, Andrew. You want to take Keenan Allen, who has this
I think we
injury
have another bet
history,
coming.
who has so many other wide receivers around him, over the best wide receiver in the league.
So many other wide receivers. He just lost Tyrell Williams.
He still has Mike Williams, Hunter Henry, and there's one other wide receiver that's pretty prominent in that offense. I
There's
forget
no
his
one
name.
else in
There
that
is one
offense.
other guy. There's one other guy.
In which offense? Mike Williams.
Mike Williams and one other.
Well, it was Tyrell Williams.
There's another one I
Tyrell
remember,
was-
but
no.
at least
No,
Mike
it's
Williams
not.
and Hunter Henry is enough to say that he's
And
not
Melvin
getting
Gordon
his
and
numbers
Austin
right.
Eckler.
Yeah, exactly. So I just can't get behind him.
I'm confident in the Chargers' ability.
But you're not saying things. You're just saying.
No, I just believe
You're just
Keenan
saying
Allen's
that.
gonna have a better
You're
season
not
than
giving
Antonio
me
Brown.
anything, Andrew. You're not giving me anything.
Just why? Why will Keenan Allen be better?
I think Keenan Allen's gonna be way more consistent week in and week out.
But
than Antonio
okay,
Brown.
like say
Antonio Brown's
like
gonna
that
be
doesn't
boom,
make
boom or
sense.
bust
That's
every week.
okay, but there's nothing to prove that. There's no I don't even know what to say right now.
that Antonio Brown is gonna be boom or bust on the Raiders.
We don't know.
He's the best wide receiver in the league. They're not throwing to anyone else almost.
He was the best wide receiver in the league on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
With Ben
You just said
Roethlisberger,
he's
a
he's
Hall
the
of
best.
Fame
You just
quarterback.
said he's the best. Okay, well,
Throwing
okay,
to him.
don't say that.
Yeah.
Right now he's not a Hall of Fame. Like I'm talking
Ben
about.
Roethlisberger is a Hall
No,
of Fame.
I'm talking about, but
going
he's
to
not
the
a Hall of Fame. Like right now,
Ben
he's not.
Roethlisberger is going to the Hall
No,
of Fame.
but as
I
a
know,
player, he's
yeah,
not a
he's
Hall
not
of Fame
playing like a
player
Hall
right
of Famer.
now.
He's not
playing
playing
like
anything
a-
like a Hall of Famer.
But he is playing like an elite quarterback who just threw for over 600 attempts.
Yeah, because he has
5,000.
so many valuable wide
He-
receivers on his team.
Ben Roethlisberger threw more receiving yards, passing yards, than Patrick Mahomes last year.
But don't you think if Derek Carr had Juju and Antonio with that offensive line, he'd get just as many?
With the same system.
Just about as many.
Yeah,
but he
it's
doesn't
not
have
the
the
same
system.
system.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
so,
Derek
like-
Carr, the talent is there for Derek Carr. It's not
Antonio
that big of
Brown
a
is coming in.
I'm
hand
trying to
down.
argue that it's not a step down from Ben Roethlisberger to Derek Carr, or
I
at
think
least
it
a
is.
super
No, it
minor
definitely is.
one. I think it's a super minor one.
I think
I
Ben,
think
Ben
if
is
you're
considerably
replaced-
better.
I don't think I think he was maybe 3 years ago, but right now
I
he's
think
not
he can
making
throw a
Pro
better deep
Bowls,
ball.
is he? Did he make a Pro Bowl last year?
I don't believe.
Yeah,
so.
and
They were
Derek Carr
because
made
of
3
Andrew
straight
Luck
before
and,
that.
And Patrick
Mahomes.
And one other guy.
Deshaun
Watson.
Deshaun Watson. See, it's
mean,
not
those
that.
three are
It's not a
insane.
major step down enough to knock. Like Antonio Brown's for Andrew, at least, is getting knocked down 8 spots, and I just don't think that's fair.
I still have him at 9. Like
I know. I don't think that's
He's
nearly
still a
high
wide
enough.
receiver one.
I don't think that's nearly in a deeper league, like in a basic league, I guess. But
I
I
base
don't-
my rankings off.
I
of
think
the
if you're the
12-team
most
league.
talented wide receiver in the league, you're gonna be top 8 at minimum, and top 5 probably. If you're the most talented, and you have if you have a competent quarterback,
We'll see.
and
I
you're
just
by far
believe-
the number 1 target.
I think Keenan Allen's gonna.
Okay,
Impressive.
but never mind. Let's move on.
Here to make a wager.
Before I blow my head open with explosives. Let's move on.
Our next player is Mike Evans.
Okay, actually, I do want to make a wager on this because I really just want to take money from it.
Okay, I'll go. Keenan Allen.
Better than Antonio Brown?
Over
more,
AB.
More Tony. Okay.
Better than Boney Tony.
$10? $10 on it?
$10.
$10.
And then I'll do the same 1 game injury difference.
Yes, let's do that.
What's the next guy you want to talk about? Let's move on.
Okay, it's Mike Evans.
Evans.
Our number 8 receiver is Mike Evans.
I have Evans at 6.
I've got him at 8.
I have him at 9, but I don't feel good about it. I like him.
He is. What has been said about him that hasn't already been said? I mean, all I've been hearing, I get it. He's really good, and I like him. But I hate hearing now that he's had 5 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. It's super impressive, but, like, I know, I get it.
Okay.
He's really good.
Why are you low? Let's see who you have.
I don't think I'm low on him even.
I agree with Simon. I think there's so much talent that I love Mike Evans, but I can't have him over the top A.
You don't like him over AB?
No. I can't.
I don't. Yeah. To me, he's great, but he is inconsistent, in my opinion.
I don't see him as inconsistent because every year he's throwing down 1,000-yard seasons.
Mike Evans?
Yeah.
I think Mike Evans is consistent.
And
he's consistent on a year-to-year basis, but not on a game-to-game.
They just lost Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson.
Right. I think
they're more reliant on.
There's a
I
lot
love Mike Evans. I love.
And
I think he could be
Bruce
top 4
Arians,
this year.
I think he's going to whip Jameis and the whole offense into shape.
Okay.
All right.
And they still don't have any running game. You're looking at Ronald Jones, who looks to be a complete bust, and Peyton Barber.
Yeah, Ronald Jones is one of the more disappointing. Him and Royce Freeman were just last year.
I don't think Royce Freeman was disappointing.
Wait, what?
I think he just didn't get the workload.
Yeah,
If
but
he was
that's
drafted
disappointing.
anywhere else-
You were drafting.
If he
him
was
for the
drafted
workload.
anywhere to like any other team, I feel like he'd be a breakout.
No. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about in fantasy. He was a huge disappointment. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ronald Jones was a disappointment.
I know. I'm saying
in
both
real life and in fantasy.
Okay. Yeah.
And I also really like OJ Howard. And then
Yeah, I love O.J. Howard.
He's great.
Cameron Braid's still on the team, right?
Yeah,
but
he got hurt.
Jameis targeted OJ way more.
But he likes Braid a lot for touchdowns.
It's tough. If Braid wasn't there, OJ would be like top 5 or 6 tight end probably.
I still see him as top 5 or 6.
And he might be still.
Mic drop.
Hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. That's a
Keenan Allen, top 3.
Keenan Allen.
Whoa. What? Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
No.
you're getting between 1,100 and 1,300 yards. Mike Evans. I mean, you're basically getting a wide receiver 1.
Probably. And in 12 team league, yeah.
Yeah. No.
In a normal league.
In a normal league. Yeah, Mike Evans is great. Okay, our 9th wide receiver is T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. I love T.Y. this season.
So do I. He's my number 9.
I think I've been
I
7.
have Ty at 11. Just because I
Andrew, why
still
are you
don't
the
think
lowest
the touchdowns are going to be there.
Why?
Eric Ebron.
Jason Kidd.
I'm not the first to say this, but I don't think he's going to repeat last year.
I think he's going to repeat last year.
I
Yeah, like-
don't. I absolutely don't.
How many touchdowns did he
13.
get?
He got an obscene amount of touchdowns last year.
He's
I
not
think-
going to repeat that.
He got like probably 4 times as much as he ever got.
I think they're making Eric Ebron the tight end.
But like, do you have inside knowledge on this? Like, why are you throwing this out there?
I just have full belief. If you
Guys,
look,
listen.
I
Eric
was-
Ebron, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you guys.
The coach told me himself. Ebron's going for 15 touchdowns, I guarantee it.
Tight end rankings, ready? Travis,
Ebron.
Ertz, Kittle, Ebron.
Oh, is this serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Ebron, OJ, yeah.
Okay, I mean, okay, that's fine, but I'm just saying, like, I
Are
really
you-
don't think.
Are you just saying this because you auto-drafted him by accident in our Dynasty
No,
startup?
I'm actually happy because I actually drafted him in the other one too. I just auto drafted him higher than I would like to.
So you forced yourself to like him.
No.
Do you want to know why my love for Juju is real?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Just this
Out of nowhere.
This is very tangentially related.
That's like my kind of a jump. So that's like my thing to jump like
No,
that.
it's because this is kind of connected to you forcing love for Ebron, which you do. I don't own Juju anywhere.
So it's like the opposite of Andrew.
I have the purest love for Juju Smith-Schuster.
Now, speaking of Juju, Jason, how do you feel about Kenny Galladay? I'm kidding.
We'll get to that
soon.
I do admit that was a pretty crazy joke. But T.Y. Hilton is going to get the receiving yards.
I still
The
have him at
receptions.
11. Like, I still have him as a...
I would like to remember about 3 years ago when Andrew Luck was at peak form, which you can't say he's not at peak form this season.
Exactly.
T.Y. was a top 5 wide receiver. He was getting like 1,400
He
yards.
led the NFL in receiving
Yeah,
yards.
he was insane. Like, he was so good. Now they have a way better offensive line. They don't really have a running back situation to go to. Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack's more or less of a running back situation.
Marlon Mack
They
is
have-
not
Melvin
They
Gordon.
have 3 talented
What?
running backs.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
No,
Wait, what?
Simon's Marlon Mack crazy. We will.
Oh,
get
you
to
are?
it
I didn't know that.
in our running back.
Marlon Mack
episode.
has a legit chance at leading
Okay.
the NFL in rushing.
Okay.
Oh, Simon.
Okay.
Like,
We will get to
I'm
our
good.
running
4.7
back
yards per
rankings.
carry.
oh, okay. Yards per carry.
Let's just wait.
I'm not-
He had
And-
9
and our
touchdowns last
running
year in
back
12
Yards
games.
per carry translates to nothing.
He had 9 touchdowns last year in 12 games. That's
I'm not
phenomenal.
gonna. We'll go over this later when I
Yeah, let's go over this later.
have my
Marlon
running
Mack
back
will be a
rankings.
running back 1.
Oh my god.
So I do think they have a running game to lean on.
Okay.
But
They
I
have
think that
somewhat
helps.
of a. I'm not talking.
I think
about,
that helps too.
I'm talking about a Melvin Gordon type running game or a Zeke running game. Like, they don't have a running game to fall onto. They have a running game
that helps.
yeah, that helps.
Right.
But
I
I-
agree with that.
Everything
You're not
that's
scared
for
of the
me,
injury risk.
not that much now.
He's been getting hurt. He's been getting hurt way often. He was banged up. Pretty
It's a
much
li-
the whole
it's
season.
it's in there, but his potential's top 3.
It's
wide
it's
receiver.
it's like Julio.
So good, yeah.
No, I'm just more scared
Okay, yeah, that's
about his
fair.
injury.
That's
So that's why I bumped it down
Okay,
a couple
that's
spots.
fair.
Like, I'd rather have Adam Thielen over.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Over Ty,
He has
just
a very
because
high floor.
I don't
He's
think
consistent,
the
but
injuries-
he wasn't over the last half
Hey.
of the year.
Oh,
Simon, get out of here with your Stephon Diggs googly eye.
I
okay?
have Thielen over Diggs.
Oh my god, you do?
Yes.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling.
yeah, I thought that's what Andrew said.
Anyone want to say anything else about Ty?
Nope.
Our number 10 ranked receiver is Keelan Allen.
Keenan.
It's just because you said
I
Keelan
know.
earlier.
Oh, Andrew said
I said
Keelan?
I said
I
Keelan.
didn't catch that. Oh yeah, no, I do remember that.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
Keenan.
I don't like Keenan Allen this season.
Mm.
I don't like
feeling?
him. No. I actually have stuff to like back me up, Andrew. I have a rich injury history. I have a decline last season. If you owned him last season, didn't
Yeah.
you? He wasn't that impressive at all.
Yeah,
he was having a string of mediocre like 10, 11 point
Okay.
games.
Simon, pull it up, please.
Yes, let's pull it up. He got a little better towards the
Help
end
me
of the
out.
season. But
Let's talk about his
I need
last
to
two
go over
seasons.
here to see this because I remember. Go as his game by game.
Almost 1,200 yards.
No. I want to see his game by game.
His game by
Can you do the game by
yeah,
game?
it's up here.
okay,
Okay, wait. Go to our fantasy.
Oh, game logs.
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
2018.
We're looking at
Okay,
Keenan.
he started off not good.
Um,
Look at this. Tell me that's
108.
not boom or bust.
well, because of the touchdowns here.
I know the string of touchdowns towards the end. But look, I want to focus on the string here. 67 yards, no touchdown. 44 yards, no touchdown, 3 receptions. 63 yards, no touchdown. 90 yards, no touchdown. 62 yards, no touchdown. 72 yards, no touchdown.
But wouldn't you rather him
That-
end the season on a good touchdown streak?
I would rather, but it still doesn't make me feel good about him that he had just that like thing of like a not even a top 20 wide receiver. added in with his injury risk, added in with a really good running game, added in with other targets and Hunter Henry coming back. His touchdowns aren't going to go up. Like, Hunter Henry's going to pilfer
I do
those.
agree with that. He is a 6 or 7 touchdown guy at best.
So you're not drafting him for your touchdowns. You're drafting him for his receiving yards.
Yeah, but
which is
and remember his receptions.
yes.
97 receptions.
Okay.
Juju at 111.
I know.
Sorry, I'm going to bring up Juju whenever I can.
Yeah.
Now.
I know.
The bottom line is, okay, tell me why Keenan Allen is a top 10 wide receiver.
Look at him the previous season, though.
Oh my god.
I'm serious.
Okay.
He ended it super well, I remember, right?
No, he can. He's been a top guy before.
But then if you look for the 2 seasons before that, I think
But he was injured.
the entire time, which is my point.
I do believe they were kind of
When he's healthy.
kind of like Odell, though.
I consider him more of an injury-prone guy than Odell. Much more of an injury.
he's much more.
What are you seeing here, Andrew?
I'm seeing boom games towards the end of the season when he got 159 yards, 172 yards, 105 yards, 111 yards.
Stretch towards the
That
end of
was
the
a
season.
ridiculous. This game against
that was
Buffalo,
his
actually,
absolute prime. He's never gonna be that good again.
I mean, just listen to the stat line, though.
He's only
12
27.
receptions. Listen to the
I know.
stat
Only
line, though.
27.
I know.
12 receptions, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'd love
Yeah,
it.
that's insane. That was the best he's ever gonna be in his life. It's
I
like
disagree.
me at the end of cross country season. I know I'm never gonna be that shit again. And Keenan Allen was it too.
I do think Keenan is a top 10 receiver because a lot of people think, I don't know if you guys are on this boat, but the Mike Williams hype train, a lot of people are thinking he's going to
I think it's a little too much.
I don't have strong feelings on Mike Williams.
I do think as the number 1 target, Keenan Allen is a proven elite, real football. He's
Real football.
an elite.
Yeah, real
route
football.
runner.
Real football.
So I do think he has the upside of 110
he has
catches.
insane upside.
I think he's gonna get the targets.
5 or 6 upside.
I think he's going to get the targets from Phillip Rivers because his let's see if I can find it again. Average targets. Brief intermission.
I'm just saying that his floor is insanely low. His floor, like, injuries are a part of it. Bad strings of games are part of it. You're probably going to get that late season, like, string of good games. You saw that games. The first half of the season was pretty miserable. Like, he was a top 25. He was, like, probably 22 or something.
When he's healthy, he... the last 2 seasons he's gotten 159, and then 136 targets. So I think the targets are there.
Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry.
Yeah, but Hunter Henry was there last season.
No, he wasn't.
No,
No,
2
he
seasons
wasn't.
ago.
2 seasons ago. Yeah, but Hunter Henry is better. He's more involved in the offense this season.
Hunter Henry boomed right away.
Yeah, he was really good
Hunter
that
Henry's
season.
good.
I'm not saying he's going to be a insane amount better, but I'm just saying...
And Keenan Allen's been
Like,
good
Keenan
with
Allen last
Antonio
season
Gates.
wasn't a great wide receiver, and adding in Hunter Henry isn't going to do him any better.
Do you know what?
That's my
Do you know
main
where
point.
Keenan Allen finished among wide receivers?
He was probably like 11 or something.
It would
I
take me a
guess.
second to find out, but
I don't think it's worth it.
Let's just
I'm-
speculate. Let's just speculate. I'm going to say 13.
oh,
I'm
breaking
just kidding.
news. This is so random, but Klay Thompson tore his ACL,
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
but
Okay,
they
you see-
lost the championship
I know.
anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, what are you guys' guesses for Keenan?
My guess? I still like him. I still have him at 12 or 13, I think. He's in
Oh,
my
I
upper
mean, like, what do you
echelon.
think he was last year?
Oh, I think he was...
I think
I'd
he
go 11. 10 or 11.
I'd have him around like 9.
Well, so you said 10 or 11?
I said 9.
He was 12.
I don't know. That's not I believe I have him at 8. I'm staying with it. I'm not moving him.
Okay.
Here's why I have him at 10. Pretty much, I feel safer with him than I do anyone else beyond at this point.
Safe and Keenan Allen are two terms that do not go together for me. I don't know about you guys. I still like him. He's one.
Says the guy who has Fournette so high.
Okay. No, I haven't done my rankings yet, Andrew.
Okay.
I don't know how high I have it.
Complete speculation.
I remember you.
I know you have Fournette
Okay,
in
I
the
know.
top 10.
I still need to figure out
I
myself.
know you have Fournette in the top 10.
No, I don't.
Top 12.
Okay, we just need to.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
I got
need to
him.
do my rankings. I need to
He
do
has
my
him at
rankings.
11.
No,
That's how you're going to put Fournette.
No, I need to do my rankings and
Okay.
then we'll talk.
Okay, Jason.
We'll have the Keenan Allen
Okay,
conversation another time. Well,
When
no,
I'm
we
right.
won't. We'll have the Leonard
I'm
Fournette
gonna cash
conversation.
in when
another
I'm
time.
We're having the Keenan conversation right now.
Yeah, we are, and I think I won.
I'm going to cash in when I'm right.
I will say, as the middleman, I'm leaning more towards Jason's side.
I just the floor for Keenan Allen for me is just
The floor is
unbelievably
very low.
bad. His ceiling is great.
I tend to believe in his ceiling.
His ceiling is amazing, but I don't believe in his ceiling whatsoever.
I go more by target share than anything.
So why hasn't that come up yet?
This is the first I'm hearing.
I thought that was like known that Keenan Allen was going to get the target share.
So will every
Okay.
wide receiver one on their team.
Yeah. I still like Keenan Allen. I
Phillip
think he's
Rivers
a top
target
13.
share.
I think he's number 13. I like Keenan Allen a decent bit.
Yeah.
That's too
I
low.
have more worries. I have more questions than answers with Keenan Allen. That's what
Let's
I'm gonna
move
put it.
off of Keenan Allen.
Don't you want to talk about market share though?
Okay.
Okay. Our next number 11 is Adam hooked on a feeling.
Yeah.
Thielen.
I really don't have any thoughts about Adam Thielen, to be honest. I know he's a safe choice. I don't think he has an incredibly high ceiling, but
I have him at 10.
I have him
What
at
do you
10
guys
too.
I have him at 11.
At the same spot.
I think we're pretty
We're pretty
agreed on him.
What is your guys' take on the change in coordinators about halfway through the season, then the Vikings going to a run-based game?
I think a lot of that stuff been coming back that way
I mean,
too.
like-
And less targets for Thielen.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know they switched offensive coordinator. I mean, I'm sure I heard it, but I didn't.
I'm
That
back
never
on
came into my.
Keenan.
That never came.
Thanks.
It never came into my conscious when I was making my list. I'll say that.
So
But that doesn't change it.
I mean, like,
for me.
I'm
not that concerned.
I'm going off the fact that he's gonna get the target share.
Okay. Any other?
I'm at the number one, and
Wait,
just
what?
the number one in that
Okay,
offense.
yeah.
Okay,
Sure, I do
And-
too.
he almost broke Calvin Johnson's record
He tied it.
for. He tied it.
Yeah, he had
His
a pretty
record.
amazing beginning of
And
the
so,
season.
like,
Sounds like
you
the
can't
opposite of
deny
Keenan
that
Allen.
talent. So, like, I feel wrong putting him above like Amari Cooper, Julian Edelman,
Yeah, me too.
Robert Woods,
Exactly.
like
Well,
Robert Woods.
Wait.
I
wait, okay, wait.
really high.
So you're saying you
feel-
should have them above those guys, right?
No. Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
You should have,
thank
are
you,
you saying
yeah.
you should have Robert Woods above Adam Thielen?
No. I think
No,
in a high.
Adam Thielen above
Yeah.
ranked better than Robert Woods.
But you do, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
No,
He
I
says
have-
you
I
should have
Thielen
him.
at 10. I'm saying you should have.
I don't know why he said that, but
You
I
can't
agree.
take those guys over Thielen.
I agree with that.
I
It's-
said it in a weird way.
Andrew, who are you talking to?
I agree with you.
Who is sitting there like, I'm so confident in my ranking of Robert Woods over Adam Thielen.
I have Robert
And
Woods
then
at
Andrew comes
14.
out
I
of
was
nowhere
just reading my ranking, okay?
and is like, hey, you should not have Robert Woods over Adam Thielen. Is there some very specific target demographic you're going
Yeah.
for?
Exactly.
Okay.
I know there's a fan out there who's like staring at his draft, going like,
Yeah, Ian just listening to it,
Robert
looking at his
Woods
phone like,
is
I
Ian.
should have
Adam
Thielen over
Thielen.
Woods, shouldn't I?
I knew it.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen.
He's
I
got
was
the
right.
market
Yeah,
share.
he's got the
He's got the market.
Alright, so we're pretty consensus on this one.
Yeah. He's we're on 10.
Yeah.
Next is number 12, and that is Amari Cooper.
I'm Amari Cooper
I
right
have
behind
Cooper at-
you, and
13, so like right around
Yeah.
the same area.
I have him as 13 too.
I'm 11.
So
I love
Jason's
Cooper.
great.
I like Cooper a lot.
But can we all agree that he is the definition of boom
Yeah.
bust?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
But it's a Tyreek Hill sort of situation.
no, I will.
I do kind
With
I do
stats
kind of like that
wise.
point.
Yeah.
It's a
Where the-
Tyreek Hill is like a Amari Cooper on steroids.
Yeah, where the boom kind of outweighs the
I
bust.
think Amari Cooper
he is a
little
boomer
more
bust.
consistent than Tyreek.
I disagree.
I'm not sure.
I mean, like when Cooper was Dallas, I don't know. I didn't look at the numbers.
Okay,
specifically,
Dallas is different,
but like
I
it
guess.
just felt a little more.
Yeah,
consistent.
Dallas I agree with. He was more consistent,
Yeah.
but still a little bit of a boomer bust guy. I like him a lot on Dallas.
Less boom.
Yeah,
though. less boom than Tyreek. I mean, like
Yeah.
Cooper's best game wasn't a 50-point.
It was his
bomb.
best game was like a 44 or something. Like
The best game was like 200.
Tyreek was
it was
throwing.
insane. Yeah, he's not Tyreek.
Let's
He's
let's,
like a
let's look at
mini
it.
Mart Tyreek.
Mini Martin
Yeah.
Tyreek.
Crap! It doesn't show me fantasy points. You guys continue to talk about him for a second while I.
Now I'm going to talk about real football for a second. His
All right.
contract hasn't been renewed.
I'm not too worried about that.
I'm a little worried.
They did have
because,
a really good streak after he went on the team.
that just like shows me how a team values a player is like when they start paying him.
but
like,
they
the
know
Eagles paid
they
Carson, and they
Okay.
and the Cowboys still haven't paid.
the
Dak.
Cowboys' entire offense. Their wide receiver, their receiving hinges on Amari Cooper. There's no to say he's one of the most valuable
I
parts of
argue
the
that
offense.
Michael Gallup is on.
No.
And they have
We're
Hurts.
not
I'm
gonna
sorry.
do this, Andrew.
I'm sorry.
We're not, no.
No,
Don't give me this.
This
Don't
is
give
how
me.
I feel. This
Okay,
is how I feel.
so what are you saying?
Michael Gallup, your young wide receiver, and along with
Word
Allen
this right,
Hurts,
Andrew. Don't word this. Yes.
What are you trying to say?
Yes.
would have an impact on the receiving core if Amari Cooper were to.
No. The receiving was awful before Amari Cooper got
I
there.
don't. I also see
he's
a risk
key.
of him sitting out if he doesn't get his money.
Okay, he's gonna get his money. I'm very sure they did so much better when he was on the team. To not give him.
Simon.
I would like to talk about something a little. I don't want to say more relevant, but the contract to me feels like it doesn't really matter for this year.
I agree. I think he's definitely gonna get paid. I don't. think
It
it's a
matters for
question.
dynasty purposes a little bit, but
Okay, well,
we're talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
I-
read you guys his game log for
Okay.
when he was on Dallas.
yes.
This is PPR. 16, 13, 6, 38, 13, 49, 8, 6.
I would
6.
love to have that player on my team. I would
He
love to
ended
have
with
that player on my team.
866.
Well,
I don't care about
okay.
that. I would
I
love
don't
to
care
have
about
that.
If you no, and if you
I don't
compare
care about that. That
to
is boomer
Tyreek,
bust.
Tyreek has had more boom games and worse bust games.
Yeah,
Tyreek
you
has
just
had
have
games
to-
with 0 points
You
and
just
like
have
2
to
points.
embrace those 6-point games.
I know.
So
You
have Cooper
just have
on
to-
the team.
And like all those 13-point games in the middle, and there was like 10,
Yeah,
13.
those are nice.
Those are
just
nice.
bonuses. I like Cooper a
Yeah.
lot. I would love to have him as my wide receiver too.
Tyreek Hill last year had 1, 2, 3 games under 10 points.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill is a lot better than Amari Cooper.
I'm saying he's more consistent.
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on that, but I feel like on Dallas, Amari's gonna be a lot more consistent than he was on the Raiders, though. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have those 16 and 13-point games as much on Oakland. It was more
Yeah,
like the
no.
20 points.
But he's still capable of having
Because-
those 3
Oh,
straight
yeah,
weeks
I mean,
in
the
a
thing
row.
with Oakland is I felt like he was having a lot more 2 and 3-point games than those 6 and 8-point games.
His offense was failing.
Yeah. I felt like the worst
Just like
games
it's
for
gonna
Tyreek
fail
were like
even
2
with
points
Antonio
instead
Brown.
of 6 or 8. And 6 or 8 is still like serviceable.
Right.
Jason didn't register
here's-
my point.
What did you say?
I was like, that's because the Oakland offense would fail.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm not.
Derek Carr wouldn't be able to get
Okay,
the ball to his wide
okay.
receiver.
Antonio Brown is
Kind
so
of
much
like-
better than Amari
kind of
Cooper.
like
I'm not even going to
and
do this.
Antonio Brown
Okay,
walking
no,
in and not
no,
being able to get.
No.
Here's how I would. But in a 12-team league, it's getting a little contentious.
I made
in
Jason so mad with that. He gave me such a bad look.
here. In a 12-team league, I would not feel comfortable with Amari as my wide receiver 1.
Nope.
I wouldn't feel comfortable, but
That's
I
why
would
have him outside
accept
my
it.
top 12.
Me too.
I think the worst team's wide receiver 1 could be Amari Cooper. The worst wide receiver 1 in the league could be Amari Cooper. I can see that. I wouldn't want him as mine, but I think he's the worst. If you see what I'm getting at.
I kind of
Okay.
do.
We're all really close. Jason's just a little bit wrong.
Yeah, I'm a little more high on Marcus.
Jason's just a little bit wrong.
So, that was number
That was 12, right?
12.
Yeah.
We have a tie at 13. That is between AJ Green and Stephon Diggs.
Wait, I thought we all had AJ Green 15. How is he 13? Oh, he's okay. Yeah, I know. What
He's
you mean.
tied
Okay,
and
Green and Diggs. I like. Well, let's.
Wait, Simon, where do you have AJ Green ranked?
15.
We all have him 15.
Okay, right, that's right.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk these two.
AJ Green's potential is a lot higher. We all agree on that. Right?
No.
Yes.
His potential?
Simon.
His potential?
AJ
His
Green's
potential is a
healthy
top
the
5
full
wide
season.
receiver.
If I knew that AJ Green
Yeah,
was
yeah.
going to be healthy the whole
Oh my
whole
god.
season, I'd
I
have
would
him in my top
pounce
10.
on him. I'd
I'd have
pounce
him in
on
my
him.
But we
top
don't
10.
know.
Exactly.
exactly.
That's why I have him at 15.
But potential wise, I think we.
AJ Green hasn't had a 1,200-yard receiving season in 4 years.
Because he hasn't been healthy.
Yeah. At first, I want you to agree that his potential is higher than Stephon.
No.
You have to look at his game by game.
His highest season
He's the
ever.
number one in his offense.
Do you
Stephon
want
can't
me to
say
answer
that.
the question or not?
No, I don't want to hear what you have to say, Simon.
Here's what I'm saying. AJ Green's better than Stephon Diggs. Real
Bullshit.
Yes.
What?
What would you say?
No, wait, yeah. No. I thought you said Stephon was better than AJ.
I'm
I'm
saying-
just blanking out in the state of
AJ
rage.
Green's best statistical season, which was in 2013, 5 years ago, was 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns.
It's an amazing season.
I can absolutely see Stephon Diggs being capable of that.
Oh my god. This year?
Because Adam Thielen did it.
Yeah, but Adam Thielen's better than Stephon Diggs.
I think they're equal.
I value Thielen a lot more.
Kirk Cousins sees Adam Thielen as
Like,
a
if we're
wide
talking
receiver.
about who's better, Diggs never would have pulled off that.
If we
streak that
look at
Thielen
the
put up.
market share,
He would have never had 8 straight 100-yard games like Thielen did.
But if we do look at the market share, the second half
Oh,
of the season,
Andrew.
Stephon
Dug
Diggs,
your own
No.
grave.
Stephon Diggs got so many more targets than Adam Thielen. I mean, he did. You can't counter that with a. He did though.
But you value Thielen better still.
I do because of the consistency. But I have Thielen 11, Diggs 12. So to me,
I don't.
it's like
I have a way bigger gap. I have like a 6-person gap, I think.
I have Diggs at 17.
Yeah, to me I think he's going to way outperform that.
I just haven't seen it yet from him.
I
feel
guess
like
that's
you
true.
can
There's a
move
lot
on.
of projection.
It's more projection stuff, and every
They
year
are
just
both
doesn't live up
slightly
to it.
injury.
What's our
prone.
16?
What? Do you think we're
Diggs.
done talking about these two?
No, I want to move on.
I don't want to. I think
have to
there's a
speed
lot
up.
to be said. I feel like there's a lot to be said
Yeah.
here. We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, we are an hour. We're an hour in.
Yeah, we've done 2-hour
Yes,
podcasts.
we're fine.
That's true.
Okay,
so-
let's keep going.
That's true. Okay.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Let me just
I
pull
feel
up.
like this is the same conversation we have every year. Stephon's gonna be this good, and then he always is
And then he
good. He's
isn't.
always good enough to just keep saying that he's gonna be this good again.
Yeah.
That is a fair point, but
How long you've been preaching Stephon for like 2 years?
And he's never done bad
3
enough to
years?
disprove you.
I will say
But he's never been as
Last
good
year,
as you said he would be.
he got his first 1,000-yard receiving season.
Oh.
He jumped from 95 targets to 149, and from 64 receptions to 102. So he saw
Good
dramatic
season, yeah.
improvement.
He's on the rise. I like Stephon.
He is 25, so he's getting into his prime.
Yeah.
He's a great top 20 wide receiver.
Oh, he is.
Simon, I can see the depth in his eyes.
But here's what I want. In the last 2 seasons, he's gotten 8 touchdowns and 9 touchdowns.
Maybe I'll
That
put
is
him
nice.
over
I do
Tyreek.
like that.
I think he can be an 11-touchdown guy.
Mm.
Because
I'm not as sold on that. I
Because
think
if he
he's
plays-
kind of crazy.
every game, I think he can get 10 touchdowns.
I think 10 touchdowns in the play. I'm not counting out 11. I'm just saying it's not like AJ Green could, if he stays healthy all season, he could realistically get 13. That's what I'm thinking.
But he's never gotten 13 before.
I know, but I realistically think that if
And
he's never
past his prime.
the whole season, if he stayed healthy the whole season,
Yeah.
I think he'd get 13. I don't think that's out of the question.
It's not, but it would be
Yeah.
an anomaly.
And if Stephon got like 12, it'd be like an anomaly too.
How do we
That's
know
true.
that this
But
year
Stephon
for
is
Stephon
ascending.
wasn't an anomaly?
Well,
Statistically, it is.
What? Wait, one.
Statistically, this past year for
It could
Stephon
be his
is
peak. I wouldn't say an
consistent.
anomaly, but I'd say
I
it
don't know.
could be his peak.
I don't think this is his peak or an anomaly.
I'm saying it could be his peak.
I'm
I could very.
I'm trying to argue we're going off of speculation both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's
That's
a lot
fair.
of speculation.
It is a lot of speculation. I guess it's just where we're choosing to place our faith.
Yeah,
My faith is going into the ascending 25-year-old.
my faith
Mine
is
is a
going to the
proven-
proven.
if he's healthy.
Yes,
A
exactly.
31-year-old hobbled
If he's
Hey,
AJ Green.
yeah, because he could win your league if he's healthy the whole season.
So
That's my take on it. Stephon Diggs
I think
will not win your league.
I think Stephon could be league winner.
No, I'm not on that trip.
If he
I'm
falls
not on
deep.
that
but
ship.
if Stephon blows up like Simon believes he will, he will be league winning.
If he gets what like
But like that's his like ceiling time plus like
plus a
little
couple
bit more.
ladders.
Plus a couple ladders, exactly.
Okay. Well, that was our tie.
That was our AJ Green Stephon Diggs conversation.
Right. That was our tie for 14, 15. So our number 16 is... That would be Kenny Galladay.
Yes. There you
Number
go.
16. I have him in number 16.
I have him at 13.
I have him at 18.
So
Alright.
I guess it's Jason... Or no, let's flip-flop it. Andrew,
Yes.
bring Jason down on Kenny Galladay.
Yes. Bring me down on him.
Okay,
Because I know there's a lot of things you can say to bring me down on him, but
Marvin Jones.
okay, that's not
No,
what
no,
it is.
no. This is a legitimate argument. This is how I
Okay.
feel.
You guys...
How old's Marvin Jones again?
Marvin Jones is like 28, 26.
26? He's okay. Marvin Jones is not.
He's
26.
like 29.
Marvin Jones is definitely not 26.
29.
29. Okay,
He's 29.
he's younger than I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, let's look at the boom or bust. I don't feel like you know which one of these two guys is going to be the number one
No, I think Kenny Galladay is.
highest yards week in and week out. And I believe it's Kerryon Johnson's workload. I don't think Stafford is going to have to throw the ball as much as he has.
See, that's
in
the thing.
years
That's
past.
the thing. Stafford is a throwing quarterback. They're a throwing offense. They've always had.
It hasn't
The
worked.
number
So are
one
the
wide
Steelers.
receiver.
So are the
Listen,
Steelers.
The wide receiver. No.
Okay, Simon.
But I like Juju. I'm not saying Juju's bad.
Simon. Find out.
Okay,
No,
so the
Galladay.
number one wide receiver in the Lions
If
offense.
you look at last year, it was so much boom or bust. You really want to have that high?
with Kenny Galladay,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get better though. I'm admitting this, but I'm projecting that Kenny Galladay is gonna get better. I'll admit that, but I'm projecting that he's gonna be like a clear number one. I really think he is because he has a lot more talent than Marvin.
And where do you have him ranked?
13.
That's not a number one.
No, on the Lions offense.
Okay. I thought you were saying a number one wide receiver.
No. Well, he has a potential to be. I think we can agree.
He
on
definitely
that.
has the potential.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But I'm not saying he's gonna.
your whole argument is based off his potential. You might as well.
No.
throw him in your top 10.
I'm right now. I'm just projecting. I'm not saying potential. I'm
So you're
projecting.
projecting.
Yes.
Where's the proof that he's going to do this?
Proof.
I don't believe
He's
that.
showing some shimmers of it last year. And
Okay.
okay, all I'm assuming right now is I'm assuming
Simon,
it's gonna
can
be.
you pull up me some numbers, please?
Here's a
Can you give me some?
here's a
Can you pull up me
here's
some numbers, please?
Here's some numbers. Stephon Diggs is a year
Okay.
younger than Kenny Galladay.
Okay, wait. Okay, Simon, could you just?
Stephon
Okay.
Diggs is a year younger.
If I'm just saying, if Kenny Galladay is the number one in the Lions offense, that's always been a good thing.
I have Stephon over Kenny Galladay.
I'm
There you
pulling
go,
you up
Simon.
some numbers, Andrew.
Simon's selling me on Stephon Diggs more. I might have to move him up, but I'm not moving him super high up.
Andrew, what do you want to see?
Okay,
I don't know.
give me the game log, please.
You
Okay.
have
Oh,
Andrew, you have a computer up.
I
just so
feel.
you know.
I know. Simon's just faster.
I'm kind of changing my mind now. I feel like I might like Stephon Diggs more than Kenny Galladay.
Woo,
I'm
good.
kind of changing my mind a little bit. A little bit.
Okay, now
Yeah.
you
But I'm not.
bashed on Keenan Allen,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
Okay.
bash on
Okay.
Kenny
Do it.
the same way.
Do it.
Okay.
I see this one. I see this one right here.
Yeah, one catch for 12 yards against Seattle.
What week was that?
Week 7.
Yeah, I
Without
know, you got better
Golden
later
Tate.
there. You got later. You got better later. I'm projecting more.
Week 13, 2 catches for 5 yards.
I'm admitting he was a boomer bust last year. I think he's
15, 6 catches for
I'm putting my
58
faith.
yards.
I'm gonna admit
12, 3 catches for 50 yards.
He just reads every number.
5 touchdowns on the season.
Okay, Andrew, this is okay. I'm gonna admit this pick is a lot of speculation, but I'm gonna admit I don't have a lot of evidence, but I really feel like
crazy
I'm
Lions
gonna
fan.
admit, you need to take a leap of faith for one player a year, and I really think Kenny Galladay
that's
is gonna be good.
Most of his games came when Kenny Galladay was hurt.
I don't.
You mean Marvin Jones?
No, Kenny. No, oh shit. I mean,
Jones.
Kerryon Johnson.
Why? Why would that?
Because I see Kerryon Johnson.
Okay,
as a
this
really
is
good
the one
pass-catching
aspect.
back who's
This is
gonna-
the one aspect. The Lions have always been a passing team. Matthew
That's
Stafford
because
is
they
known
haven't
for
had
his
a
passing.
running back.
Matthew
since Barry
Stafford isn't
Sanders.
gonna all of a sudden stop passing and start
They
giving
haven't
it
had
up
a
all the
running
time.
back since Barry Sanders. How are they gonna?
Okay, they
run the
have
ball?
though. They have Reggie Bush and Kerryon Johnson are pretty comparable. Like right now, Reggie Bush at his peak on the Lions was comparable to Kerryon Johnson right now. Okay, so we can agree on that.
No.
So
You're too high on Galladay.
I'll admit I'm speculating, but he's my leap of faith wide receiver. I really feel like he's gonna have a great season.
They call me
That's
the
fair.
crazy one.
So does anyone have any other thoughts about?
No.
So our number.
One
You
catch,
made me
5
think-
yards. How many points is that? Oh, that's 1 point in a PPR. Oh.
Okay.
Our number 17 wide receiver is Brandon Cooks. I have him at 14.
I don't love the Rams wide receivers.
Okay.
I think I had him at 17 or 18.
I have a hot take.
Oh.
Robert Woods, wideout number 14.
I think you're skipping multiple receivers right now to make that.
I also
No,
don't think
no,
that's that hot
no,
of a take at
no,
all
but
because he was a number
I have-
9 wide receiver
I know.
last year.
I know, but like you guys have Brandon Cooks higher than Robert Woods.
I think Cooks, Cup, or Woods could all be top 10 wide receivers. The problem
Yeah.
is I just don't know which one.
I have Robert Woods at 14 because I think he is the guy. For the Rams.
I just feel like it's just a complete gamble to choose one of them.
Yeah, but
and I don't
Woods,
wanna
Woods
choose
was
one
the
of
guy
them.
last year. Why would that change?
Well, Cooks was putting up huge numbers too.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah, but
I like
Woods
Cooks
was
more.
Woods was putting up more consistent, better numbers while he was.
Yeah, I just don't like the Rams wide receivers. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I think
I like them.
No,
we're supposed to be talking about
and
Brandon
like,
Cooks
and like
right now.
I want
Yeah.
a piece.
Not Robert Woods.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to debunk
Yes.
Brandon Cooks.
It's
Wait,
the-
what?
the-
What?
The big mystery.
This is the big me taking a dump on Brandon Cooks.
What? What?
The Rams are going to have to throw the ball more because of Todd Gurley being.
Okay. Yes.
That's
I
a
can
fair
get behind
statement.
that. I know.
That's
okay.
fair.
And so that makes me fantasy wise really want a piece
Yeah,
of
me
this
too.
wide receiver trio.
Me too.
And I think Robert Woods is the way to go because of what he did last year.
But you could
Yeah,
also
sorry.
say that about Cooks. You can say the exact same thing. And about Cup.
You
Yeah.
can say Cup was
Yeah.
going projected the number 2 receiver overall.
He was
If
the
you
number 4
compare-
overall receiver.
No,
till he
yeah.
got
I
hurt.
did my research with this.
Cup was the number 1 receiver
Woods
out
was
of them.
producing
Last year though, but I don't
The
think he will
same-
be this year.
as Cup while Cup was playing.
No, Cup was a number 4 wide receiver when he was playing, and Woods was around like 8 or something. I remember Cup was number 4.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
I'm very sure about that. I specifically remember. While Cup was playing, he was better than Robert Woods.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up some
I don't know if it could be sustained or not. I'm just saying when he was playing last year. He's my least favorite of the 3, honestly. But
last year. Wow, they were similar. They were. This is Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods last year. 80 receptions to 86, 1,204 to 1,219 yards, and 5 touchdowns to 6 touchdowns.
yeah,
I think it's a gamble.
What? So here's.
I think anyone who says they know what the number one's going to be is just speculating,
right.
And they don't have any actual evidence.
The reason I'm taking Brandon Cooks first is because he has a history
same
of
here.
1,000-yard receiving.
Yeah, like
season.
on the Saints. And I know it's not a great
and on the
reason,
Patriots.
Yeah.
Like he's meshed with multiple.
Yeah.
I'm taking him because he's been good.
Yeah, that's
his
my
whole
reasoning
career.
too.
Where
I still
Robert
think
Woods
this
just
is-
had his
this is
breakout at
Robert
whatever.
Woods.
No. This is Robert Woods.
I think it's going to be Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp
I don't have a
running that offense over Cooks.
I don't have
know.
a problem with you choosing one of them. I just have a problem with you being so confident that one of them is going to be better than the other because
I'm
I feel like
confident
Just
in
no
like, what's
one
your
knows.
reason?
I just feel like
He did it last year.
but they all did it last
Yeah,
year.
they all had.
They
their
all
own-
had insane years when they were playing.
I thought the gap was bigger.
No, Cup was better than Woods when he was playing.
I just
I'm
said the
100%
numbers.
sure.
There wasn't.
No,
a
I'm
gap
talking
between
about the gap between Woods and Cooks. I thought it was bigger,
But it's not.
but I'm still confident
I just
it's
read it.
Woods.
Why?
Okay, see, it's speculation. Just admit that. Yeah, never mind.
I might bump him down and have AJ and Tyreek over Woods now.
Tyreek.
But I'm still having him
I
at
did
like,
not
Did
rank
Tyreek
Tyreek.
make? Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I have Tyreek in my ranking.
Yeah, me too. I had him like 14 or something.
I have him at 16.
If I know he's playing a full 16 games, he's in the top 5.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Well-
that, so I bump him down.
I
don't know if I have
I don't
him
know
in
if
the
he'd be
top
my
five.
top
Maybe
5.
6.
It'd be close. He's
Not even
I'd have him over
6.
Michael Thomas probably.
I wouldn't. I don't.
Why?
Know.
What? You just...
To me, Michael Thomas.
It's Michael Thomas.
Okay.
Here. Okay.
I don't think. I don't know if this is a hot
Getting
take
way
or not. This might be a very hot
I
take.
think I know what you're gonna say.
Michael
I'm
Thomas.
pretty sure I know what you're gonna say.
I do not think Michael Thomas can be the wide receiver 1.
Oh,
year.
that's
I don't
not
think
what I
he
thought you
can.
were gonna say.
I don't think he has that upside.
Oh, I think he
For
does.
the
But
Saints?
I'm not gonna make a huge
Yeah.
argument. I thought you
For
were
the
gonna say
Saints?
that. I thought you were gonna say you thought that Tyreek Hill was more consistent than Michael Thomas
Oh.
because I thought you were so burned by last season. No, I don't have a huge problem with that, but I think he definitely can be.
To me, the offense caps his upside and his historic season last year.
But the thing is that his historic season wasn't even his best season, so those stats don't really mean as much in translating to fantasy.
But that was his best statistical season.
For Woods?
For fantasy points? No, we're talking about Michael Thomas.
Michael
Yeah.
Thomas.
Was that his best fantasy point season too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think that those rates translate exactly to fantasy. There's so many more factors like volume and all that.
And, like, we have more wide receiver depth this year than in previous years.
Yeah, that's some nice stuff.
I do agree with that.
And so, like, you know, him not being the very best fantasy wide receiver isn't as good as an argument
well,
as in previous years.
I'm just saying I don't think Michael Thomas has the ultimate upside. Which is why
I definitely think he does.
I would take Tyreek probably.
I think it's
a healthy-
top 3 upside.
Upside's number, like, absolute upside's number 1, but realistic upside, yeah, definitely top 3. Easily.
Back to Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
I think we.
Yeah, I don't have
Covered it.
anything else.
Yeah, I
to
think
say.
we covered. I don't have anything else.
Anything about market share, Andrew?
Robert Woods had a greater market share by 6 catches, okay? I follow the market share.
All right. Oh, this is ironic.
It's Robert Woods.
Oh, man. Guys, I misread it.
Robert Woods was a 17, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I still think Brandon Cooks is
Yeah,
higher.
me too. That's funny how that works out. 2 and 3 of us think it's better, but it doesn't.
Because someone's.
Yeah, someone had them way higher.
Really? Who was that? I think we're going to cover that, though.
The average.
we definitely covered all the rounds.
The average though is Robert Woods 17, Brandon Cooks 17.33. So okay, so that's we're through 17 receivers.
Yes. 18? Who's that 18? Julian
18 is
Edelman.
Oh, all right. This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, I'm skewing all the results. I have
Well,
Julian Edelman
I have-
at wide receiver.
It's
12.
not really skewing him because I have him at 21.
I have it. I think 21 too.
I have him at 12.
So it is kind of skewed.
It is skewed.
But the funny thing is, it only brought it up 3 spots
Yeah.
from Jason
I
and
know.
Vera. So let me preface this whole conversation with: I don't hate you having him very high, but I do disagree.
Okay.
I can
I
kind
respect
of
that.
get behind that.
Okay, what's your
His upsides.
Hear me out. Ready?
Yes.
Market share. Gronk leaves.
Oh, you're serious?
No.
That was a huge joke.
It was a joke and an actual point in one. It was the
I
greatest
did not
joke of
think.
them
I
all.
was waiting for you to say it, but actually, but then you started backing up. All right.
Gronk leaves, right?
Yes.
Now, there's a huge gap in that offense, and Julian Edelman has been the consistent Patriots receiver alongside Gronk for the past forever. And I feel like N'Keal Harry is going to have
learning curve.
a lot of learning curve in the Belichick system, and Belichick likes to spread around the ball more than anyone.
Yeah,
And I feel
that's
like he's
my
going to be
point.
forced into feeding Julian Edelman more than ever. So I feel like this could possibly be
Belichick
Julian
feeding
Edelman.
one wide receiver just doesn't
It doesn't
like
make
it
sense.
doesn't
Yeah,
really
but they don't
happen.
have any options behind him, though.
That's what we think a lot, but they always pull some like Chris Hogan. They might find another Chris Hogan or something.
That's my
That always
fear.
happens.
They
yeah.
signed Demarius Thomas, who's
Demarius
coming
Thomas,
back
another
from his
potential
torn
one.
Achilles, and I don't think he's ever going to come back
Yeah, he's probably
anything
not
close
gonna
to
play.
where he's on the verge of being cut from them right now. And they don't really have. I can't think of another.
I know
Maybe
exactly,
Cordell
but you never
Patterson,
can, and
but
they
like-
always find someone else.
This has been the worst I've ever seen it, though. And they lost Gronk, who they've had for so long to rely on. I don't know where the market is going to go.
I don't either.
My
but I know
only
it's gonna go
fear with
somewhere.
Julian Edelman is they become insanely run heavy
Which I don't
with
think will happen.
James White and Sonny Michel, but they already were last season,
Yeah.
and so I only think he's going up from last season, which he had a pretty good season.
Here's what scares me. Investing high draft capital in a Patriots player.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
don't-
can so
100%.
easily blow up in your face.
I mean,
Let-
I have him ranked high, but I don't think anyone else is drafting him
There
as
were-
high as I see him.
Yeah,
I've looked at a lot of rankings with him in the top 15.
I was looking at some too.
I just can't. Just the amount of people that thought Chris Hogan was the guy last year
Yeah,
and Rex Burkhead, just it's always. It seems in the Patriots offense, it's
Burkhead
always
got
not the
hurt.
guy you
yeah,
think it
they're
is.
gonna
never-
pull someone out.
We never saw what Burkhead could fully do in that offense, which
Well,
I
he's
still
not-
thought it was.
he did.
gonna be.
He's not great. He's not a great player.
Yeah, I think you like Burkhead a lot more than
I know,
anyone else.
I know I did. I like took him as like one of my last picks, and I was like, oh, I'll show him when Burkhead gets hurt. Like
Yeah,
he got like 7 points. He's like started off hot, and I was like, I won, and then
all right. Well,
that was heartbreaking.
So I have trouble with Julian Edelman.
yeah, me too.
Number
We're
19.
Yeah.
is a tie. This is fun.
What?
It's a tie between the two Tylers.
Tyler Lockett, Tyler Boyd.
Uh huh.
That's interesting. They're pretty close.
Who would you guys take between the two?
Lockett.
Boyd.
I would take Boyd as well.
I like Lockett as the number one option with a good quarterback.
That's
That's
a
my
very
thing.
fair point.
And he gets a ton of touchdowns.
I can't really argue.
Yeah, I like Tyler Boyd a lot too. You look like
I
you're gonna say something.
disagree with your touchdown.
Didn't he get a lot of touchdowns?
You got like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be able to repeat.
Yeah,
Why?
I think you can get around that.
Russell Wilson, the majority of Lockett's touchdowns were such deep shots that like the odds of that being repeatable
But at some point,
is slim.
they
And
had a perfect
okay,
passer rating
I know.
between each other. At some point,
I know.
that is just
Yeah,
skill.
they're gonna
and
get
not
this
luck.
somewhere. It's not just like, he's gonna have to get those deep balls. It's like you can get touchdowns anyway. Like it's not
No,
like
I
they
think he
have
has to get the deep balls because that's where most of his
But I don't
touchdowns came
agree with that.
from. That's just how I feel. That's why I have. I mean, I still have Lockett at 22, so I still believe that those deep balls are going to happen. I just think they're going to be less, so I downgraded him.
I am very close to moving Boyd ahead of DJ Moore for number 18.
Oh yeah, I would definitely. DJ Moore's at 18.
DJ Moore? Oh,
DJ,
Wow.
I feel like a huge breakout.
I have DJ Moore at 27.
I don't have him top 25, so I don't know where I have him.
Jason and I just agreed on something. Can we get a round of applause? Thanks.
I'll edit in applause there.
Fantasy football ruins friendships. After I lost the championship, I made
Yeah,
a
we'll
point
see you.
to go
We'll
after
see you as
Jason
you're back
Lambert.
tonight in payday.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, it's so late.
I know.
Let's not mention the time.
Yeah.
It's totally 7:30 in the afternoon. I feel like a huge Tyler Boyd season's coming.
I feel like a huge Tyler Boyd season's coming. If AJ Green gets injured, which there's a very decent possibility of. So
Yeah.
But Boyd
And,
played really
like,
well with
he
him.
did.
Boyd had some better games with AJ Green
Yeah, he did.
than without. And so, like, even if he's not.
Yeah, I just like Tyler Lockett being with that good quarterback and the track record he has with.
And, like, Boyd,
I think it's
Boyd was
close.
putting up numbers with the backup quarterback for the Bengals, not even with Andy
Yeah.
Dalton. I mean,
Yeah, I
I've
think
got him
it's a
back to
close
back,
one.
so.
Yeah,
man, Boyd.
Our number... That was
21, right? Because they were tied for 19, so it'd be 21.
Yeah, and that is Mr. Dr. Cooper Cup.
Yeah, got that one over
Which-
him.
Coming from the torn ACL, I'm kind of shying away from him at this point because of
I
the
have
other people.
20.
Yeah, I don't have a strong.
I've got him
I
at
have him
24.
25.
I think we already covered the Rams wide receiver.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I don't love Cooper Kupp, but
So number 22 is Sammy Watkins.
another big question mark.
That's a big if.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on with.
Let's talk about if Tyreek Hill plays.
Yeah,
What happens to him?
If he
I
plays
don't
the
like
full season-
I don't like Sammy Watkins at all. If Tyreek
If,
Hill plays,
if Tyreek plays the full season.
Yeah.
him and Tyreek are
Okay,
very
so-
similar
so then
players.
throw
Like
Sammy
very
Watkins,
similar.
like, pretty much all the way down because I don't
Yeah,
see
me too.
hardly any value there because he wasn't able to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe at, like, 30 to 35 range.
No, I wouldn't even have him there. Like him and Tyreek Hill have such similar play styles. Those balls aren't going to go. To
And then I'll throw Tyreek up into my top 10.
okay,
Easy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sure.
I have to stat aware.
we're not. I
Um,
think we're more talking about Sammy Watkins. All right,
number 23. That will be DJ Moore.
no strong feelings on DJ Moore for me.
Almost 1,000 receiving yards
I'm
in
just.
his rookie
I'm
season.
just worried about Cam's arm.
See, I do think that he's gonna. He's just got upgraded to being able to throw footballs again.
Okay. I
And
just
this
want to
is
see more.
this
of
is
that.
the same
I will
trajectory of
throw
Andrew Luck here.
DJ probably within my top 25.
Yeah.
Pushing 20 range when I know that Cam Newton's good to go.
And
Because I do
he's-
like his upside in that offense.
Yeah,
But I'm just a little hesitant as of right now.
I just think he had a super.
He's only past
For a rookie-
wide receiver.
They do have Curtis Samuel, who's a nice
I mean,
sleeper.
I do think DJ Moore is more talented than
Oh,
Curtis Samuel.
he's the number one.
And then that'll show on the field.
Yeah.
I don't have anything more to say.
That was 23. 24 is Chris Godwin.
Yeah, again, no strong feelings for me.
I have Chris Godwin ranked at 26, so I'm like right with you.
He's a popular breakout candidate.
Although I do think, I keep wanting to put him higher. I feel bad having him so low. Because I do think, like, his opportunity to the offense is going to be pretty significant for him to
Bruce
be.
Arians offense.
Like, I feel like he could sneak into the top 20 as a surprise and start winning leagues.
Absolutely.
Start winning leagues. Chris
One-
Godwin.
People are
I'm like-
drafting him now, though, in like the fourth or fifth
Okay,
round. In best
see. I
ball
have to
leagues.
catch back up on my average draft positions, but
He's skyrocketed to a point where I don't think he's a value anymore.
okay.
I know, I'm not getting in my league.
I don't even know if I will with this guy here, Andrew.
Yeah, I think one of you two are getting him. I don't think anyone else really thinks about it.
No one else knows who he is.
no one knows who he is.
And here's how we can end off for number 25. Mike Williams.
Yeah.
10 touchdowns last year.
I have him at 24.
I am at 25.
Oh. I'm a little higher.
Um,
I just think that
is 10 touchdowns
the
beatable?
potential. See, with the loss of Tyrell Williams,
And you gotta think market share here.
I know. That's why I'm thinking market share. Tyrell Williams gone, but Hunter Henry comes in, and Hunter Henry is also a big body, red zone touchdown target threat that Mike Williams is kind of. So I feel like that competition will. And I feel like he's being hyped. Mike Williams is.
He's being super.
And so I don't want any part of that. Jason?
Yeah, I do have something to say. We've been talking about Chris Godwin and Mike Williams, all these number 2s on teams, but one name we haven't mentioned is Jarvis Landry, who has put up way bigger numbers than either of these guys, even if he was the number 1 option, and now is in a really good offense. He has really good chemistry with Odell, which I don't know if that means anything, but there's that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a PPR monster, and I think he's a top 20
Simon,
player.
where do you have
I can see him in the
Landry
Juju Smith role.
27?
I have him at 27.
I can see him in the Juju Smith role for that team.
I feel like he needs a lot of targets to be productive, and I don't think he can get those targets.
Why
And
not?
because of Odell and Njoku.
He didn't perform
Shut
last
up.
season when he was the number 1.
I mean, he was pretty good. And the seasons before
He was
that.
a wide receiver too.
Yeah, but he wasn't even the number 1 on his team, and now he's going to even theoretically.
But he might be better because of that.
No,
With a
I
better
don't-
quarterback.
I think he loses
less-
targets though.
I like it.
he loses so much opportunity, like a huge chunk of opportunity by adding Odell Beckham.
I don't know, though.
OBJ.
I think just being around a way better offense is going to be good for him. I'm not saying he's going to be better than he used to be, but if he was the number 1 on a team, I'd still have him top 20.
It can totally happen. It can totally turn into a Ram style thing.
I like it a lot.
I don't think.
I'm probably getting it.
I think the Browns are going to be forced into force feeding Odell.
I do think I want to move Jarvis above Sammy though.
Yeah, I like Jarvis.
A guy that in my top 25 that didn't come up was Allen Robinson.
Yeah, not much thoughts from me on it.
A guy that didn't come up in my top 25 was Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah, same here, actually. I had Alshon Jeffrey.
I like Alshon.
I kind of like
I have him
Alshon.
at
I'm not that big on him, but
I mean,
think that
Allen and Alshon are both their team's number 1 wide receivers.
yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
they should.
I don't love either of them, honestly. I don't
wait. Allen has more
What?
competition in that offense.
I very strongly disagree.
Ew.
Taylor Gabriel.
Oh, Andrew.
So
Good
are
numbers.
you telling me that there's more passing competition because of Taylor Gabriel? When
Wait, who's the number
Ertz-
2? Is it
When Zach
yeah,
Ertz is in
exactly.
Philadelphia?
Okay.
Who's the number 2? Is it Nelson Aguilar still?
Aguilar's hurt.
They
Roto World says.
they've got they just drafted
You gotta stay
JJ
on
Arcega
your
Whiteside.
facts.
They've got
I feel like there's another wide receiver.
They
that's
drafted
pretty decent.
JJ.
Not
Deshaun
that
Jackson.
they drafted.
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy I'm thinking of.
The
Yeah,
Eagles
so
drafted a rookie.
there is a
wide
lot
JJ,
more
JJ,
competition for
I forgot
Alshon.
his- Yeah.
A lot more competition for
But-
Alshon.
Yeah,
By far.
that's why I have Allen Robinson higher.
I think it's Alshon.
I think it's Alshon. But I don't really care that
Although
much.
I do have D-Jax at 33.
Okay, we're getting outside the tangent.
Alright, yeah.
Oh well, actually, guys, I have Christian Kirk at 36.
Oh,
So.
and Simon has Corey Davis at 35.
Corey Davis. I don't like Corey Davis. I'm just saying the potential is there for a top 15 season.
Oh, my God.
Oh, absolutely.
I know we say this every year, and
He
I
has
don't
all
like
the
him.
traits.
I don't like him at all, but I'm just saying.
The
Don't
potential.
be surprised if he's top.
Will Fuller at 30.
Okay.
Robbie Anderson at 30.
So, yes.
Someone I am rising on though.
Deshaun Hamilton.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
I
about
think-
Gmo?
What about
What about Gmo?
A report came out that MVS is probably the number 2.
But Gmo.
So I think
Randall Cobb the number 4?
He's on Dallas now.
Oh, he's on Dallas? What?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
A while ago. Jason.
I need to up my notifications.
When it's the off season, Jason just jumps.
No,
into
I'm
the
just
lock.
I'm just watching
Yes,
that.
it
I'm
is.
following basketball. I'm not.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yes. All right. All right.
Speaking of basketball, go Raptors.
Okay, we're not a basketball podcast.
We have.
I just wanted.
This
to
has
say
been a
it.
long episode. We've gone through our
Very
wide
long
receivers pretty thoroughly. We've had some arguments.
I'd say that was a very thorough episode.
Yes, that was a good episode.
We'll be back with our running backs.
Yeah, next week. We can literally do it any day. It's summer. We can literally do whatever.
I know.
But,
We'll be back sooner than the last
sooner rather
time.
than later. Oh, a lot sooner than last time.
With the running backs.
With the running backs, and then after that, right? QB and tight ends in one. Okay. Yeah.
So we got a couple planned out this time.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Hopefully get some more market share takes.
Yes, we will. So this has been I
It's
couldn't
all
agree with you
about the market
less.
share.
It's all about market share. We done our running back rankings, and we'll be back with you next week with wide receivers.